Chevra, a little bit. I want to break the order. There's a piece of Torah I want to share with the Chevra, but I have two friends here. It's Reb Sruli's here. Remind me the names. Remind me. Reb Sruli and Reb Pinchas. So, yeah. I want to. We are the K'minag Chasidim. K'minag Chasidim. When a guest come, you serve a kibbud. That's like Pashat. I have no fridge here. People come, deserve some payers, something nice. You mechabit people, Ari. In our weird world, we don't have a fridge. Maybe one day we'll have like payers, Naftali, each person that comes. Today we're mechabit with song. We give a song. Now it's during Sfira. We can't even do with music, but we could do without music. Does Gabe, do you know a Yeshvu? You got it.
Not really. I kind of, sort of.
Well enough? Azriel, you know, right? Oh, Yeshvu?
I don't know the words really, but I'll go with it.
You have the words there?
No, that was.
I had the words. No.
Yeah, you can get the words. Let's do it again.
Morty, I want you to hear this song. Now we're going to learn together.
You're human. Daniel. Yes. Really, right?
I said namaste. Makes sense. Namaste? I got you. Or yoga. Not my business.
I don't even know that's a thing. Oh, that's me. I don't know why it's actually I don't know why I think that.
Oh, it didn't airdrop?
Let's do it. Thank you, Shlomo. Thank you, Shlomo. Thank you, Gaby. Thank you, Asriel. Thank you, Minat. Beautiful. Yesterday we were Zayich and Siyata Deshmaya. We started Aves together. I want to do a Mishnah, a little piece of a Mishnah in the second parak of Aves. That's really the parak that Klal Yisrael learned this past Shabbos. I want to do a little piece, Shleima. I want to tell you a shot from the Sfas Emes, something that's so relevant to our yeshiva. It's relevant to a person of today, and I think it's like such pnimius atar, it's just so instructive how the Sfas Emes learned Ari. So I want to learn this. The Mishnah says in the second parak of Avos, it's the end of a Mishnah. It's a statement from Hillel, and Va'al Taimer. Hillel says, Al Taimer, don't say l'kshe'efna eshna. I'm going to translate it the way most translate it. It's not. We're going to get it. We're going to learn deeper and better with the Sfas Emes. But the simple translation, she'efna, when I have time. Panoi means when there's vacuum, when there's space. Look, she'efna, when I have space, eshna, I'll learn. Shemalaiti panoi, maybe you'll never have space. Don't say when the conditions are perfect. Look, she'efna. When I have time, when I'm punning, when I'm available, then I'll learn. Shemalaiti panoi, maybe you'll never be available. That's the simple translation of the words. It's a truth. Hillel's teaching a truth of life. Don't wait for the first perfect conditions. There's something you want to be, something you want to do. Don't say when the conditions are perfect, I'll do it. Shemalaiti panoi, may never get the perfect position. But I want to share the Sfas Emes' pshat. It's klar and it's geschmack and true. L'kshe'efna, efna is melashim pnim. Efna means space. L'kshe'efna, when I have a pnimius, when I'm able to connect in a deep way, then I'll learn. When it means something to me, when it resonates. When I'm in that space of efna, like when mamish, when I'm able to learn pnimius, when I'm able to be comfortable, when I'm able to connect to it in a deep, emotional way, then I'll learn. Shemalaiti panoi. Who said that's what Hashem wants from you? Said this Sfas Emes. Maybe you won't. Who said it's a good space to be? Halavai. We could daven for such things, but Shemalaiti panoi. Maybe you'll never. Maybe that's not your space. Hashem wants the service in. Maybe you won't be in an oifim pnim. Shemalaiti panoi. Learn in the condition. Serve Hashem in the condition that we are. We're a generation very, very much craving the pnimius of things. We're a generation that in some ways said, I'll only eat matzah when I feel it. I'll put on my tefillin. In a way, we're saying l'kshe'efna, when it hits my pnimius. When my tefillin mamish, I feel it, I sense it, I know what this means, this is magical to me, then I'll do it. Says the Mishnah, Shemalaiti panoi. Who says that's the avodah Hashem wanted? Maybe Hashem wanted your avodah here with a certain emunah, the emunah of a yid who's not feeling. Reb Nachman described his own journey and described 2 years where some feeling was taken away from him. He describes feeling very, very little in his avodah Hashem for 2 years. Reb Nachman. And mamish the mishnah shemalaiti panoi. Now, it's something to strive for. A yid's allowed to strive to connect ba'ifim pnimius, of course, and we have a whole generation craving to strive to connect ba'ifim pnimius. But I'll only do it when I have that space. Shemalaiti panoi, you don't know. You'll see the avodah Hashem has for us. We started this man with the prayer of David HaMelech. David HaMelech prays to Hashem. I think this is mamish the prayer of today's dar. If I had to sum up a prayer in the yeshiva that guys are davening, this would be the prayer that exists in the yeshiva. And the prayer is, Tov tam vadas lamdeni. I beg you, Hashem, teach me tam. I want a taste. I want an emotional bond with mitzvahs. Tam. Das is an emotional connection. Tov tam. Nice mamish, a nice tam. Vadas. And das, lamdeni, teach me David HaMelech prays. That's the prayer of today's dar. That's craving. We started singing in Yeshiva weekly the last many years. Ka'ech Seif Nayam Shabbos. We sing it because I feel it's like the song of the generation. Ka'ech Seif. We have kisufim for the sweetness of Shabbos. We want to taste it. I want to experience it. The guys today are so weak at being robots, at being like, at just doing like a certain type of emunah pshut. I just do it. I feel nothing. Our dar struggles with that. So the prayer of today's dar is Tov Tam Vadas Lamdeni. I beg you, Hashem, I want Tam Vadas and mitzvahs. But it's rooted, it has to come from earlier dars. Kiv mitzvah secha emanti. I have emunah mitzvahs. Even when I feel nothing. Shema loitipana. Maybe I won't get to that pneumistic place. Maybe I won't have that space, have that bond. I'm willing also. Shema loitipana. I'm willing to serve even without that, even when that's not there. Reb Nachman, who understood the heart of Am Yisrael, Reb Nachman, who so speaks to our generation and understands it, describes his own journey of serving Hashem without that. The Shema loitipana. The serving Hashem with a certain kivim mitzvah secha amanti. I have emunah and mitzvahs. I pray. I put on my tefillin. It's a big thing. I want to feel it. I want to experience it. I want to know you told me to put on tefillin. I'd like to have a tam in this. I'd like to have a das in this. But mitzvah secha amanti. I have emunah and mitzvahs. And I need to do the Shema loitipana. Maybe I won't get to that space right now, this year, next year. Maybe I won't. But I'm going to trust, give mitzvah secha amanti. I have emunah in your mitzvahs. You mitzav Hashem. And I have the faith that you understand me, that I'm going to do the mitzvahs. And it's a big deal, and it does something. And I'm going to serve you in that space and from that space. So that's the pshat in the Mishnah I wanted to share. I thought I'd be remiss today if I wouldn't welcome and give a mazel tov to the chassan, to Yaakov Zaychik. Mazel tov to Yaakov. When I come into yeshiva, I was talking on Sunday about Rafi Pines. I just think we have such a collection of good yidden. This morning I went on a walk. He's not here. I'm not saying it to give him a cheap shout out. I was walking with Yitzhak Lad. I was just like, wow. I was jaw dropped. I'm tired today because I was listen, he's intelligent, a sophisticated, beautiful yid. He was talking like a yid. He just is a yid. Saying deep things, beautiful things. We have a collection of really beautiful yidden, deep yidden, true yidden, sincere yidden. Yankov's one of the stars in a place of sincerity. In certain place, I get called by certain mothers. People know my weaknesses. So a mother said, "My son's an amazing ball player. He's crazy," and the guy ends up being pathetic. Because that mother doesn't know what a ball player is. You have to know who it's coming from when somebody says somebody's a ball player. If somebody says somebody's nice and it's a mean community, so nice is like shvach. If you say here a guy's nice, whoa. When we speak about Akiva Burma being nice, that's nice. It's a place in a place of niceness. I want to say about Yankov Zaychik. I want to say about the chassan, just the sincerity, a beautiful journey. I want to specifically say, and it speaks about him, and it speaks about his parents. I want to say pshat in the Mishnah and Abbas. I want to say pshat in praising the chassan. I want the chevra to hear this because I think it's a good pshat. The Mishnah says, it's this parak, is Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai had 5 Talmidim, and he was Mayin Shvachan, and he's saying the praises of his Talmidim. And one of his Talmidim, Rabbi Shua ben Chananya, says, "Ashri Oladetay, fortunate are the people that gave birth to him." Ashri Oladetay, fortunate are the people that gave birth to him. Now, why is that a praise of him? Mayin Shvachan. It says he was saying the praises. What's this praise? Fortunate is the one who gave birth to him. What are you saying about him? Now it means clearly he's so outstanding, he is appraised, but you didn't say what the praise is then. All the others seem to say something about the person. Eliezer ben Horkinus is a bar sud she'enim abetip. He doesn't forget anything. What's a Maila? He knows a lot of Torah. I want to hear your Torah. I'll go. Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai is saying Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkinus. He's a bar sud. He's a laminated pit. He's a sealed pit. She'enim abetip. He doesn't forget one thing. That's a mile of a person. You're saying a praise. He remembers that. He doesn't forget a thing. I hear that. Yosi HaKoyin is a chassid. A chassid's lefnim mishuras hadin. Speaks about the behaviors of a person. Reb Shimon ben Nisan is the Yirei Chet. Reb Elazar ben Arach is Kemayin HaMeskaber. You're speaking about milos of the mensch. This one is Reb Shua Machnanya. Lucky are the people who gave birth to him. Wow, praised are the people who gave birth to him. What praise did you say about that? You're amazing. Sometimes you give a very general praise. The Rambam says that V'afterecha kamoicha is to praise people. You say a praise to somebody is very geschmack. We've all gotten compliments, it matters. But when your compliment is vague, you're awesome. I hear, thank you. You didn't say anything. You're amazing. Say something. Guys here, we call each other out. If I'll tell a bacher, I'm proud of you, why? Like, shut up, Kalish, you're proud of me. Why? Tell me why. Tell me what you're saying. What is this? His lucky, fortunate are his parents. What did you say about him? So, it's a strong question. What the Ashri Aladatay? We're taught, by the way, that his mother brought his crib to the Beis Medrash, and it left a big impact on him. We still need a pshat. What is the mile of Rabbi Shua ben Chananya? Lucky are his parents. Whoa, parents to have such a son. I want to say, Yechiel, you hear my kasha? It says in Rabbi Shua ben Chananya, Milo, Ashri Aladatay, fortunate are his parents. Wow, parents, Ashri Aladatay, praised are his parents who have such a son. A praise on to the parent. Somebody was telling me that it was very hard for them to go to their own Seder. They want to go to a different Seder. And I felt very stark they should go to their own Seder. This person, I felt very stark. When people return to their own families, you go back to your story when you were 2, when you were 5, when you were 10, when you were 15. You go back to your story. Your Seder is your story. You're with your mother who brings you back to certain ages. You're with dad. Your Seder is your story. And I want a guy to be Mekabel. He becomes a Yid. The Seder night, we're mamish. We're born as a people. I want him to embrace his story. Come from your story. Be connected to your story. This is your story. This is your story. And all the challenges and the difficulties and the things it brings out, this is your story. There's a certain success of a person who has steiged through his story and in his story. You could trace it back to his roots. He mamishes him. When a person's a forced chill, somebody like stark, but it's not him, you don't say fortune or his parents. It doesn't look like it came from his history. There's a madrega of a guy who's like close to his parents. He came from his story, mamish. His mamish truth, it's like a truth, to thyself be true. I'm very impressed. Yankov's relate, the chassan is very, very close to his parents, like Mishunah, they're close. And it's part of his story, his kesher to his tata. The Ashrei Yoladata is you come from your story, your truth to self. I think it's a becheno, somebody stein. People say, wow, mamish, your parents did a good job. This is mamish you. It traces back to where you come, to who you come. I think the success of somebody who's like close to his parents, who's plugged into the story where he comes from, is an Ashrei Yoladata. Wow. Praiseworthy people who brought you here. Your story is a good story. You've tapped into your story. You've gotten some places through your story, in your story. It's a growth that it's comfortable. The person, imamish, looks like you. It's a degree of steiging that I could tell this comes from, wow, you're true to your roots. You mamish get yourself. You mamish in your story. You're true to your story. That's what I hear in the words Ashri Aladita. We could trace it back to where you were born. I want to express that the kesher, there's many things to say about the chassan, but the kesher he has to his tat is a beautiful kesher. Like really, his father's a brilliant yid at tzaddik, and there's always this, there's a journey with our parents. Our parents big tzaddikim. There's a story of being a tzaddik ben tzaddik, but somebody who's plugged in to his story in a true, in a comfortable, in a beautiful way. I've watched Yaakov advance and grow in beautiful ways. So I want to wish a mazel tov to Yaakov. I want to wish you that you and your Kalish should build a beautiful Abayis Neman B'Yisrael. It's interesting. We say Neman. Neman means reliable, trustworthy. It's Neman to Hashem, of course. What means it's also part of Nemanas to Hashem should be Neman to you, Neman to your Kala, a home that's mamish us. That's mamish us. People go to chinuch classes. Chinuch has to be from your comfort space. We're all different. It should be neman to you. Mamish, your type. It fits you. Your style. This one's a little stricter. This one's looser, but it's honest. It's sincere. It's neman. Abayis neman. So you should build a beautiful home, you and your kala. So thank you, Yankee, for being here. Thank you. If it was a day that wasn't Sphere, I'd have you play us a song. We'd play you a song. It's Sphere right now, so. Though Reb Michelle, me and Yankov sang together there. Reb Judah Michelle just texted me a few days ago if we could do it again. So Yankov, we gotta go back there. When is the date? With Gabe, it's true. Were you there, Gabe? So let's do it together this year. Should we do it together? Good. Yeah. What's the date of the wedding, Yankov? Okay, be there or be square, Chevra. July 28th. What day is Sulam over, Chevra? Great timing.
No,
What?
No,
That's the end of the road trips.
No, July.
The road trips in the middle. Salam is July 12th to August 5th.
Okay, middle of Sulam, not so bad. Where is the wedding going to be, Yankov? In New York. We know where that
Straight
is.
from mountain biking.
Straight. That might not be. Is that the day of mountain biking?
It is now.
Have you done the mountain biking? I shudder about that day. It's crazy. Have you done it, Shlomo, ever?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
It's a long-lasting effect. It's good. I almost took someone to the hospital on the trip, and then the next year I went, which was like...
You think that would cure you?
Yeah.
We should hold tryouts to sing by Yankov's wedding now. We should have guys do solos. Maybe that was the first song. Does the Chevra miss as much as me that I am playing? I miss it a lot. Okay, keep minigis up. I'll keep serious saying. What's happening? Every other morning we're mourning something. There's like a point in mourning. There's like it brings us somewhere, and there's yet going to be a return. We're like missing something, but it's yet going to come back. What's happening with this morning, Ari? We're mourning the Talmidim. What's happening? It's a very unusual. The Beis Hamikdash is something we're craving that's yet to come back. We're not into it. Was. My dahava. Every other morning is a very present thing.
What did we learn yesterday?
I'm saying Sfira Saimer, the growing
Saying yesterday wasn't it Shiloh? Like it was the...
You're asking every yahrzeit. Yesterday was Shiloh's yahrzeit?
Yeah, so we'll...
Us Hasidim make a big party on the Yom Hilula.
I think so.
Shiloh comes. Was yesterday or Shiloh's yahrzeit?
Yeah.
Wow. How cool that we spoke about Chesed yesterday. That's wild. Why? I didn't even chap. That was nuts. We spoke about Chesed yesterday. It's of Shiloh's yahrzeit. It's Pasha like that. It says that the tzaddik on the yahrzeit, the 3 days surrounding.
No,
the tzaddik
only the
comes.
yahrzeit.
Not the 3 days surrounding. The tzaddik comes down.
The day of, baby.
Isn't that amazing, right, Ross? Yesterday we spoke about Chesed of Adam. So Shayla is Yartzeit. When was that? It was 2 nights ago yesterday?
3 days ago.
Because the 3 days. When was it? When was Shayla's Yartzeit? You didn't tell us.
Yep. I did. I made it. I had everybody.
Tell the Chaver something about Reb Shayla. Just
Can you give me a minute?
a minute. Come, Reb Ezi. Is he giving us something about Reb Shayla? Is that in nowhere? Yes, Joshua. Maybe. Is he coming? Comrade, don't be shy. My shy and bashful friend. Rav Ezi, would you share with some?
No, because I tried that. I said you hated what I added.
Come. Reb Shayla. I liked it. Come.
No, you did.
Come, share it with us.
I have a kasha.
Let's go.
Okay, so the Yid. Yesterday I was having everybody make l'chaim. B'schus the tzaddik, b'schus Levi Yosef and Shlomo Zalman. It was Reb Breuer's Yartzeit. So on Reb Breuer's Yartzeit, b'schus Levi Yosef and Shlomo Zalman. Josh, you asking? Reb Breuer's Yartzeit. What? Didn't Rebbe meet he?
I did.
You got a bracha, right? Rav Ehrenreich said a beautiful Maisa. You asked me, that was good? Rav Ehrenreich said a Maisa that he said a beautiful Maisa as follows. In one of the great Gedolei Rabbanim, Gedolei HaPaiskim, 130 years ago, was a Darkei Moshe, the Minkatcher. Not the one that with the keep Shabbos, how to Shabbos, his father, right? So, and he was one of the great tzaddikim. A lot of the mises that surround Reb Shayla were involve a lot of hak that the oilam was. Whatever, pro or against, they were curious about this, like, upstart. Reb Shayla was not of particularly distinctive, distinguished, aristocratic lineage. He wasn't by any standards. He was a gabbai of Rav Hershel, Rav Hershel Lisker. He was a gabbai for many years, but so ultimately. But he was a tremendous nadvan. He gave a lot, and he was a bal chesed. So he started his own. It became a gaval, a rebbe with Shabbos. So the Kitzer, the Darkei Tshuva heard about him. His yahrzeit is the second day of Sukkot. I'm sure you all knew that. Anyway, so the Darkei Tshuva was he was passing through. He was traveling, and among his travels. He figured he's going to stop by. It was near Karastir. He was going to stop by. He comes for Shabbos. Shayla finishes. He makes kiddush, and he zips through Shalom Aleichem because there are a lot of people there that hadn't eaten much. As he makes kiddush and he makes hametzi. Okay, he makes hametzi. The room's packed, Shabbat packed. And he made amaitzi lechem in haaretz. Before he breaks bread, he notices a yid in the back, and he motions for the yid to come forward. And with the heavy concentration of humans in the room, like till the Kriyas Yamsuf happens, maybe the yid was older. It took quite a while for the yid to make his way to the front. And the Darkei Tshuva, the Heilige Minkatcher, Tzvi Her Shapira, is sitting near him. Getting anxious. Knee. He's kneeing and he's clapping because he made a brucha and Rosh Hashanah ignores him. He's motioning for the yid to come forward. If Hersh is getting more. Knee. No, hey. Rosh Hashanah ignores him. The yid makes his way forward and the yid Rosh Hashanah slowly, patiently takes his knife, cuts the challah, breaks open. He takes out, he cuts open from the challah, he takes out from the softest, the white shamaka. Who's with me here? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, you take from the middle, gives it to the Yid. Thereafter, he cuts himself a piece. He gives the minkatcher, the Rav Hershela, and he gives it to the Eilam. He turns to Rav Hershela. He says, "Yeah, yeah, wow, well, good work, Detective Sherlock. You're a little angry at me." He goes, "Yeah, you're mafsik." So Shaila says, "Listen, you're a bigger Talmud Chacham than I. I want to ask you. So let me ask you a Shaila. If a Yid has, let's say, a Yid has behind animals that haven't yet eaten, and he makes a bracha of Hamaytzi Lechem and Arts. What's the halacha? Who should he make? Should he provide for his animals?" So he says, "Yeah, it's a fair, halacha. It's a gemara. The hadar chalt b'savata for v'nasati yisadcholem techa behem. You have to if you have behem, you give the answers, and that's the pasuk in Shulchan Aruch. Gevil Latura is gemara and brachas. So Hersh says, "Tell me, would you consider? I would think that a Yid in the back of a room is as least on the level of a behemoth. I saw this Yid in the back of the room. He didn't look like he had eaten recently. I saw his hunger, so I felt it's my achrayus to provide for the Yid before I take myself. No." So I would think, just like it's not a hefsek to say, let's feed the animal, lahabdil, it's not a hefsek to say, let's feed the Yid. The minkatcher was so nisragish, was so nispile from Rishaila's sensitivity. I'm sorry. You see, I told you I'm not. Rishaila, and he said, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm up to that maybe." He said, "Okay, but why you were getting her, right?" He said, "When the Yid came closer, I saw he had no teeth, the guy. So I can't give him the hard chal like everybody else. I wanted to give him the soft, white, mushy part so he could eat." Rav Hershela said, "I didn't even notice there was a Yid back there. I don't know, a lot of people in the room, I'm there, he's there." Rav Shaila felt the hunger of a Yid in the back of the room, a Yid that I didn't even notice. That was the godless of Rav Shaila. He could sense and feel in a practical, literal sense the hunger of a Yid at the back of the room, and
beautiful story. What was your self?
Like you care. There was, so I was bothered like the. I'll ask it as a kasha. Why doesn't it say, Rebbe, like your own children? It only says, why is there no statement, your own children also? Like, let's say you have children. Are you mechuyev that they had to provide for them before you take? I'm saying when you have little kids and you make hamaitzi, they get first?
Not necessarily.
No, right? Okay. So
what's the answer?
I don't know. But I'll tell you what I was bothered by, because that same Gemara...
You're asking on him. So every time... But as he's asking on the story... So
not really.
Ari, what would you say? Every time you make hamaitzi, your kids are hungry, maybe you should give them first. You don't?
Oh, I am asking. Oh, that's not a bad point. Yeah, I am, I guess.
But he's saying you're allowed to give your animals first. And if Shaila zushed over to somebody...
No, but he's... In other words, this Yid was like very schwach. This Yid was very schwach. Right.
You can't hold off a bracha.
But to give your animals, since it's the tzarech of achili, you're not allowed to eat till your animal eats. That's Rav Shaila. Rav Shaila said an incredible thing. The halach is it's not called a hefsek. But Rav Shaila said that Yid in the back is hungry. So I had to wait for him too. So he made a whole break. He didn't eat himself. I have to feed him. So as he said, what about your kids? So if your kids are starving, you give them.
No, because I had a cash.
Normally the kids are there.
Right. See, I asked one because it says Tol Bruch, the same Gemara. There's three cases. There's Gvil Turitz, Heveu Melach, Tol Bruch, Gvil Turitz.
Give me.
Not allowed. I don't allow. It's not a hefsek.
Not a hefsek.
You know the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but that's just it. See, Tol Bruch is not a chiyuv. Tol bracha is not a chiyuv. You're not mechuyev to give a guy. The teretz is if you have someone who's like on the degree of like vildatur, like we don't like he's suffering, whatever. So then it's a chiyuv. I have to give him before. That's what I was saying. That's why he used that.
You heard the story of as he said at Shabbos? Beautiful story. A beautiful story, Shlomo.
And
the monk catcher came to check up. Yechiel, listen to you hear the story, Yechiel? The monk catcher came to check out Reb Shaila. People were curious about him. You have a tzaddik, there's no svarim. What's his story?
Hey, what?
So he came, he had a big crowd, and he made hamaitzi, and before he eats, let me be mafsik. Before he eats, he calls the yid in the back, and it took a long time for him to come, and he was mafsik, and the monk catcher was upset. No, you're being mafsik. So he said to the monk catcher that if somebody makes a bracha, and then realized they didn't feed their animals, you're mechuyev to feed your animals before you eat. So somebody has a hunt, has a dog, you have to feed the dog before you eat. And if a guy makes hamaitzi and chapt, I didn't feed the dog, so it's negeya, your own eating. You're allowed to feed the dog first. So he said a hungry yid in the back should be worse than a dog. He came to me and I saw the yid was starving.
wow.
So before I ate, he waited till he came.
That's what he said.
And he fed him.
Where'd you hear this?
Isn't that a beautiful story?
As he's passing, Rav Shiloh was almost in the next world. He was leaving this world, and with his last bit of strength, he calls over the chef from the kitchen. Put up a lot of borscht with a lot of potatoes, more than usual. Soon as going to be a lie, they didn't eat. They need something. You hear that?
That's what he said?
Yeah, sure.
That was his last words?
Yeah. There's going to be Levaya. Part of Zayin Levaya. Levaya vad Zambal. No?
You hear that story?
Mer kartoffelach. Nee, mer borscht and kartoffelach. Yidden zijn hungering. Now, it's interesting. I'm forgetting the last minute. I'm forgetting the second mice. I forgot it. There's another mice.
Probably the chat, right?
What was that story?
Yeah. It's on the chat.
What was that story you said over from the yid who worked there? The yid who knew him, who spoke Yiddish?
You remember that?
Yeah.
Not a yid.
A guy.
Yeah, there was a guy, an etliche guy gummer. There's a guy, the most heimish guy you ever met, and he's like giving, they ask him to give a brucha for Kleisa. Brucha for Kleisa? Well, can I give bruchas? Ich can give him bruchas. He's the most heimish guy. Anyways, he hangs around Karastir, he works there or something. So, his wife was sick. Machla. That's not what he called it. Cancer. Hat a cancer. What a cancer. Hungarian guy. Anyways, so someone told him, Gates of Shaila, guides him the kever. He's a great Balmoif, it's on a rafia. So the guy says back, I'm telling you, you have to watch it. So he reported, in other words, the guy saying over the story, he says, ich bin a guy. So the Yid told me, I can helfen Goy and Yidden, das macht no choice, I can go. So ich ging, okay, fine. Ich ging zu der Scheile, ich gebeten von dem Mann Bad, von dem Baby. His wife was pregnant. No, whatever, this was before, this was like a year ago. And his wife was very sick, they had no children yet. So he asked for, a few, from Van Vab. And they went back to the doctor, and the Kenish Gleiben was gesehen that the cancer is nach weniger, and it got small and small, and his wife started recovering. A year later, they had a baby, and gave him the name Natan, Nusan, a gift from God. Baruch Hashem, gegangen zum Schei, Baruch Hashem.
There's a Hungarian guy the name Nusan.
Yeah, Nusan, Hat a baby, Nusan. Nusen Burger Kedestira, whatever. Yeah. I remember that. That's, I forgot.
You have to meet a Hungarian guy, Nusen.
Yep.
You'll understand me.
Then Yehuda Solny, our Baltikea goes, and he was like, he was like, give a brucha for Kleisra. Brucha for Kleisra? Als zijn geht in de side, Baruch Hatzluch, ganz klar ist.
But Yehuda's
He went to the
brother's
guy.
Really?
And he has video. A Baruch Hatzluch.
He's the shamish there?
I don't know. It's a guy. I guess something.
He hangs out.
He does something. You saw
He's
this
one
guy?
of the guards?
Yeah.
No, there's a guy, Christian. He speaks fluent Yiddish. I met him.
Yeah.
He works by the.
Like a bald guy.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
He speaks fluent Yiddish. He lives in Paris.
What's his name?
Christian.
Christian.
And Nassen's Nassen Ben Christian.
Christian Shiloh. You know what I mean?
Is that true?
Got the
Nice
baby.
to see you, Daniel. Benny, nice to see you.
On Monday, there was a young boy, there's a bris milah of a young boy. His name is Omanowitz. No, that's not his name. His Zayd is on. So the great grandfather of the baby is Reb Shaya. I don't remember the last name. Reb Shaya. He's 100 years old. He was born a few months after Reb Shaya, and he got and he was there. The Elta Zayda of the baby. He was giving bruchas. He was the sandik by the baby.
He's named for
He's
Shai.
named. He was born a few weeks after Reb Shaya.
Wow, he's 100 years old.
He's about to be 101. I forgot his last name.
Nachum, have you ever been to Reb Shayla? How many times? Let's do it. Think we can get Reb Rasta?
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, met de vibe. I think.
How do you have a picture of him?
Famous looking guy.
In the video, he speaks Yiddish?
A little bit.
Can I hear?
Where's the? You have the video of the bracha?
Es ist Christian von Kestir, will es geben. Meier, es ist Christian von Kestir, will es geben. Meier, es ist Christian.
What else is there? Oh, was it? He asked him. Remember the year he said, "How do you?" When he came to, he said, "I'm forgetting the whole nice." I posted it yesterday. He came in and he said, "Today I answered 7 kashas with 1 teretz."
Shayla said?
Yeah, I said there was a big kasha in the island. There was a yid came to his 7 kashas with 1 teretz. I answered all 7 kashas.
A few,
The yid came in. He said, "I have a son. I have a daughter. I have a Rabbi. What's up?" I gave a teretz to 7. I answered 7 kashas. If I answered 7 kashas, but ein teretz. Yeah, one
they
answer.
gave money, they needed money.
He had a boy. You got it? He had my son is krank, my wife is krank. I have a son. I have a daughter getting married. I have
Kesef Yanes Akol.
ein teretz. Ich finde für alle kashas. 7 kashas.
Chevra, Daniel, come close. I want to tell them, with saying stories, I'm going to say stories.
Yo.
Is it true and he landed in a puddle?
I just heard the story for the first time.
If I told you a story, Yisrael, Chevra, listen to this story. We're telling stories today, Ari, and I'm telling Naftali. Kiv, Yehud, I want you to hear this. If I told you the following story, that there was a lady, Chaim, listen, Jackie, listen to this, Maisa. Ellie, would you believe me if I told you, Gabby, that there was a lady on the way to Auschwitz? She was in the trains. The Nazis were sending her to a death camp. And the Yidden were, Rahman al-Islam, they were packed in the cars. They were packed. And there was a lady in this packed car. My Rebbe used to give a Holocaust, Riper gave a course to the Holocaust to my class. and he put us in a corner. He was explaining these trains, the death trains. He put us in a corner, like 20 guys, Ari, and he like stopped us. And he had us sit like that. Like for a little bit, it was retarded. And he described it being like that for 24 hours. And on this train was a cattle cart, it was packed. And this lady had a little son. Everybody, Ellie, listen, Yomi, listen to this story. A Jewish lady has a little son. Now she's worried he's going to be crushed to death, as many kids were. She held him like this on the train that he should survive. And while she held him like this, she looked, he turned blue and colors, and he died. The kid was no longer alive. It was impossible to breathe in there. She was holding him like this to help him survive. She looked at him, he wasn't alive anymore. She sees he's not alive. She decides, unclear exactly why, but it's on a train, her son's not alive anymore. There was a little crack in the train that a human being obviously couldn't jump out. Everybody would jump out. She put her son through the L'kfura, the train was going. She put her son through the crack. He's not alive anymore. She's watching her son. He falls out of the train. He falls into a puddle. He was pushed out, and his hands went up, and she chaps, he's alive. She jumps off the train. Impossible. She gets through the crack. You couldn't. But like a mother could lift the car, she needs to be with her son. She jumps off the train while it's moving, and her and her son survived the Holocaust running in the forest. Do you believe the story? And if you believe the story, do you believe me if I tell you that the grandson, the grandson of this man is sitting in this room? And he'll say if the story is true. Now you hear the story I'm saying? But it's in the family, they know the story.
You know better than
You hear the story, Kiki? Is that a crazy story? Who do you think the grandson is? Is in this room?
Yeah.
The grandson.
Probably the guy sitting next to you.
What's going on? Did I say that? Did I say it true?
I don't know. Is it true?
Find out exact. No, I want exact.
Is it true? Is it true?
Well, how did you hear it? Say it how you heard it.
I heard it. I heard it the same way Rabbi heard it.
Say.
Face off.
To Zayd, Daniel learns with his Zayda. Daniel learns with his grandfather. Himamish learns his grandfather is my Rebbe. Daniel learns with his Zayda. And the Zayd is the story of how Zayda survived. His tzaddik, how he's a big tzaddik, a massive Talmud Chacham, and he survived. He landed in a puddle, it revived him. His mother jumped off, and they survived running. That's how they survived. In the DP camp, the people after the war were starving. And your Zayda felt bad for his mother. You could ask your Zayda. I knew your Zayda's mother. Your Zayda's mother and my Baba were best friends in the world.
Was I?
Yeah, it was they had three. Like best friends. She was a Polish tzaddikus, big tzaddikus. Her and my grandma was from Yakisha, but they were best of friends. It was Mrs. Munchik, Mrs. Klein-Kaufman, and Mrs. Stern were all three besties. They were the best friends. His great grandma was a holy lady. Very, very holy lady. So this lady. Now, in the DP camps after the war, people were starving. They were hungry. There was a lot of problems. They were struggling to get food. His Zayda stole a cow. I had to check that somehow he stole a cow from the guy. Oh yeah. He stole a cow. He was a little boy. He stole a cow. He describes. You can ask him the mice. How do you hide a cow? How do you steal a cow? It's a ganz basic, but they got good food for the whole family.
What was he saying? I'm sorry. Can I ask? You were saying what you heard.
Say over what you heard.
I just heard the same version, right?
What you hear? What you say
I
exactly?
heard it at 3 o'clock in the morning on Pesach night. So
Who said it?
I heard it at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Pesach night. Who said it over?
He said it.
The Zayda said
What
it.
did he say? There was anything different?
I heard that he got thrown out of the train. His mother jumped out. They were running for a couple of years, or
They ran in the forest. They survived the Holocaust in the forest.
who found them?
I don't remember who found them. They were running for a couple of years in the forest. His Zayda. His Zayda's been in this room, has spoken in this room. Yeah. Rabbi Kalish, Talmud Chacham. Yeah. Special Yid. A Talmud of Rav Huntner, amongst others. Amazing story.
Crazy story.
Is they sit over the Maisa?
He doesn't remember it either, but I'm pretty sure I heard it from the mother. I don't remember if it's not exact, I heard Mrs. Klein Calvin say over this Maisa. She's the Baal HaMaisa. He probably doesn't remember it.
He probably heard it from her.
Right, he heard it from her, the same place I heard it. Shlomo, you ever heard this story? Is that unbelievable? Heroes. What Yidden built after going through what we've been through, heroic. Love it. I had in 9th grade, I had Daniel's Zayda for Rebbe, and we loved him, and he loved my class. He asked the Rosh Yeshiva, could we be together the whole 4 years? I don't like in high schools that you have a Rebbe for a year. Who said? I love that Hudi had Rabbi Silverman for 1 year, and he stayed by him 3 years. Who said to switch? Mechatesi. You have a Rebbe. Because the yeshiva said, next grade, if you Rebbe, we loved your Zayda, and your Zayda loved us. And then, Gabriel, welcome
You ended up staying with him?
No, the yeshiva said no. But Shlomo, he asked the Rosh Yeshiva who was his mechutin, and he said no. It would have messed up the whole yeshiva system, but we wanted to be with him for 4 years. He liked him, he liked us. I learned the Masechta I learned by his father is probably from my favorite Masechtas in Shas. I learned Gittin by your Zayda. Masechtas Gittin by Zayda. What? I learned Gittin by your Zayda. The whole thing we did. Real nice to see you. Real nice to see you. The Zayda.
The whole thing with the Rebbe.
He's going to ask him the story.
You learned the whole thing with the Rebbe?
The entire thing. Oh, almost.
Hey, how are you?
Gabriel, welcome home. Nice to see you. Maybe Gabriel and Gaby should sing something. Gaby, put your chair next to me. Come. What song do you want to sing?
You gotta be macabre. You gotta be macabre.
Gabe, nice to meet you. Gabriel.
2 Gabys. What song do you like singing? You're into Ekra?
Which one?
Do you know Ekra? Let's go YouTube. Thank you for coming.
Well, at least surprised. They had an amazing time here. I got, you're actually absolutely right. They said this is the nicest place in the world. Thank you. I have to come to this shit. I have to come another time just for this.
Also, by the way, another one.
Stay for 1 minute. Pull over a chair for a minute. Yisrael, 1 minute. I want to show Okay, I wanna, we had interesting things we did. I just want to read. We're trying to go a little bit in order. So we learned the first two Mishnayos of, the first parak of Avos. I want to learn Mishnah Daled, the fourth Mishnah. We're holding back on Mishnah Gimel, but I would like to learn the fourth Mishnah, Bini, for 2 minutes. Yosi ben Yedzer, Ish Sereida, and Yosi ben Yochanan Yishalayim Kiblu Mehem. It's very, very interesting. In the earlier Dairis, we had one leader of Klal Yisrael. In later is what were called the Zugais. There were pairs. There were 2 leaders in Klal Yisrael. Yosi ben Yezer and Yosi ben Yochanan Ish Yishalayim were the next leaders of Klal Yisrael. Yosi ben Yezer is Srei Daimer. And Yosi ben Yezer said, Yebeischa beisvad l'chachamim. I want to talk about these 5 words, Ari. Yehuda, I want to talk about these 5 words. The simple meaning, Yebeischa, your house. Beisvad, a meeting place, l'chachamim, for wise people. Your house should be a meeting place for wise people.
Who's Kiblu Mehem?
From the ones before is Antigonus Esaichai.
We did that Mishnah already?
I skipped that Mishnah.
Okay,
I skipped the one. But it says, these 2 said, your house should be a meeting place for Chachamim. Now, certainly, always you learn simple pshat. It's a big zchus to be connected to tzaddikim. The simplest pshat is a person should be connected to tzaddikim. It's funny, I looked at my phone this minute, and there's a picture of this Yid, Yaakov Malone. And he used to ask, my father is talking to Rebelsky, he used to always want, he asked Rebelsky, it's like the weirdest thing. I looked at a picture on my phone somebody sent me, and he used to ask Rebelsky to come use his swimming pool. And Rebelsky would swim in his pool. He wanted a tzaddik to be in his house. There's a line, there's a chazal, it says, Kol ha'olam kulei, the whole world is created litzab sishalzu, to be connected to this person. There's an inyan to be miskasher, to connect to tzaddikim. It's a big inyan to connect to tzaddikim. There's such an inyan of iskashrus, of connecting to tzaddikim. And so when it says your house should be a base vad l'chachamim, it means simply Chachamim and tzaddikim should come to your house. That's definitely a chashva thing. This year, somebody sent me a picture 2 minutes ago out of the blue. I don't know why. You'd have to look up who's sending it or why they're sending it. I think it was on a family chat. But I just got this picture. I just saw this picture of a Yid who used to ask Rebelsky to swim in his house. A big tzaddik, a Talmud Chacham, should come to your house. For sure. We had a guy who was here this Shabbos. And his Zayd is a very special Yid, and he used to invite my father over to play tennis. And it meant like the world to this guy Zayd. This Bacher was here this past Shabbos. It meant like the world that a Talmud Chacham comes and plays tennis on his court. He was like very holy to him. Your house should be a meeting place for Talmidei Chachamim. Certainly it means kipshute, the simple. But I want to share another idea, and it has to be another idea, Ari. I'm not just stopping another idea in. It says your house should be a meeting place for Chachamim. It could say, have a connection to Talmidei Chacham, bring them to your house. Yeah. A meeting place for Chachamim. A meeting place for Chachamim. Who said the Chacham are going to want to meet in your house? A Beis Vad is a place where all the Chachamim gather. How many people could host the Moetzes? Beseda, you ask him, Shmuel Kamenetsky, could you come to my house? A big thing, and certainly anybody could have the schus of having a tzaddik. Ask Daniel Zayd to come to your house, a big zach. But a beis vad l'chacham, what does it mean your house should be a meeting place of chachamim? How many people in Klal Yisrael could do this? It's like, and if you can do it, but it's talking to everybody. We're all learning this Mishnah, so we all should call the Moetzes. Do you mind your next Moetzes meeting? It has to mean something else also. Your house should be a meeting place of Chachamim. I don't want to say shlung up, because it definitely means as much as Chachamim could come, let them come, but it has to tell me more, because it says it should be a meeting place for Chachamim. Sounds like there's something else being said here. What I want to say, and this is delicate, and I want guys in this yeshiva to hear it. I want Yidden to hear it. There's a lot of tzaddikim in our people, and it's the best thing. Ari Zeicha went to Eretz Yisrael and found a Rebbe Mamish. He's close to Reb Fear, who has Rebbeim, Reb Geisler, and who has the Torah from Ishbitz. So you Mamish found a Rebbe. It's the best thing in the world. And have a Messiah and grab on. We were Zeich, we had two Chassidish Yidden just here. They have a Chassidus, they have a Rebbe. I want to tell you, I love that two Chassidim came here. They've heard about the yeshiva. The guy on leaving, he said to me, he had no reason to say it. He said it's the nicest place in the world. That's the guy just said. He felt people were nice, he felt it. I want to tell you, I wanted you to hear something. Your house should be a meeting place of Chachamim, is learn to respect and appreciate what's going on in another world also. Wow. A Beis Vad L'Chachamim is in your house. Other things are welcome here. I was always amazed by my father. The Chassidish Talmidei Chacham, he did not see their way, a lot of their shittas, politically, even the way ideals, how they live their life. My father looked at life very different. He would help support these yeshivas. There were yeshivas in Eretz Yisrael. He raised a lot of money, and he'd put a lot of effort and respected. He's a Talmud Chacham. By my father, Talmidei Chacham were welcome in his house. We loved always Lubavitcher Rebbe, Reb Shach. They have different shittas, so in this space, Chachamim are welcome. Your house should be a meeting place of Chachamim. Learn to respect different. I said Yosef Pag was not here. I'm not giving a flattery, Akiva. Yosef was telling me he met a Yid who does not have the emotional awareness that's unique to our Beis Medrash. He was a certain disconnected, and he was like very impressed from the yeshiva, from what he saw. And I had tremendous chizuk that he was able to respect and appreciate different beautiful ways of serving Hashem that are valid. Here, Chachamim are welcome. It's a meeting place of Chachamim. Your house should be, and it doesn't mean not to have a Messiah, not to have a Rebbe, not to have a Mahalach, but here other things are welcome. It's so beautiful. When I see two Chassidim come here, I see the guys respect them. It's us. It's all us. This is a Beis Vad L'Chachamim. Here a Yid is welcome. Here a Chacham. Here a loyal servant of Hashem is welcome. There are different ways. Let your house be a place that's safe for all different. It incorporates. It knows how to hold and carry all different styles. Of course, you have one Messiah. It's not as opposed not to having a way, but other things aren't rejected, aren't mocked, aren't ignored. Your house is a meeting place of Chachamim. Here a sincere person and sincere Torah. Here is welcome in this home. It's a meeting place. I skipped the Mishnah when I saw the two Chassidim sitting with the Chevra. I felt like we have to learn this. This is a Beis Vad L'Chachamim. This room is a space where we could learn. It bothers me if a Yid comes and he's a shtickle, even a little clueless emotionally, let's say, and he has nice Torah to share. We should be able to plug in and tap in. He has good things. Never to be so arrogant and so silly. Somebody else doesn't have, that's silly. One of the ways in my life that I know if somebody has truth or not, I'm going to speak about rehabs. There was once a rehab, a guy at a rehab, and he used to say, nobody else in the world knows how to do anything. He used to rip every other rehab. It turned out it was like a complete farce. It was a scam. There were like 5 years, people were into it. It turned out, I always was wary of the guy. Whenever somebody has a monopoly on truth, I don't believe the guy. You found the truth is great. You have truth in your base medrash. Not to be aware there's another base medrash of truth. There was this yeshiva ish. It's called the yeshiva. Also, the only truth is here. It's like so you probably don't have any truth there. Probably. Anybody who has truth, and there's truth elsewhere. And then there's something called emes. It's not to say your house can't have, it should have a Messiah. It should have a way it follows. But it should be that other Chachamim are welcome here, are respected here. It's a meeting place of Chachamim. That's the quality of the Yiddish home. That's a quality of a home of truth. That's what I think is being said here. Yeah, I specifically like it. I happen to specifically like it. This is the first pair, Russ. I like when the statements fit the ones who say it. There's the first zug, and they say your house should be a meeting place for Chacham. There's allowed to be consensus. There's allowed to be a couple of tzaddikim, and there's different voices. I like that it was the first zug that said Yeh Beischa Beisvad Chachamim. To me, it's logical that the statement should reflect the ones who stay in the time that, and they're always svarim like that say vert and why it was said then. We said from Rai Shapiro that one before on Anshe Knesset Sagdola. On this one that the zugais, they say your house should be a base chachamim. I could see them teaching. There wasn't one Rosh Hashiva. It's like different voices. Your base chachamim. There's room for a few voices. There's room to hear, there's room to... I have this kanais Ari, people speak about with husband and wife, that we have to have like there's a word people use, that we have to like have the same voice. What's the word, right, Russ? What's the word among people like a husband and wife describe that they have to like be...
Same page.
Be on like in shitas, they have to be aligned. People think you have to have the same shita as your wife. I think you're a much better company. You have two shitas. You have different as long as there's respect. You're a better company if you're not. People, I've got the word
page.
The same page. Maybe there was a word I'm looking for, like when they have to be aligned. I don't look at it that way at all. What we saying? I look at it, it's much healthier, two people, a richer company, and they respect each other. Your house is a base vad l'chachamim. There's like room in the house for another. I get so, not just turned off, there's something about not having MS when there's not room for a different MS. It's a topic that fires me up to the end of the world. I'm concerned in Eretz Yisrael. I'm concerned we have so many stark shitas, but the other side is like, wrong, out. There's a sheker to that. There's such a sheker. Whenever I hear in the political arena, if you ever hear a Republican guy and he calls every Democrat a socialist, if you hear a Democrat and he calls every Republican a Nazi, you know there's sheker there. Any honest person says, this is my light, I'm aware of a different light. I'm aware of a counter. Reb Nachman had people who were against him, he liked them. Reb Nachman said a statement, I know Hashem loves me because big tzaddikim are against me. Hear that line? Reb Nachman wasn't joking. He said, I know Hashem loves me because big tzaddikim are against me. It's a very beautiful thing. I have one of my best things about Durham is there's a big tzaddik who doesn't like it. I'm like very besimcha. I feel, we talk. So then maybe we have something. If you have a light, that means something. There should be other lights. If there's a hillel, there's a shammai. If there's no shammai, there's probably no hillel. Every emes has counter, has everything. So I want an Eretz Yisrael, but I don't want to look at another yet. I want to bring this. I want an Eretz Yisrael. Why can't we be rich? And we have people that fight in the army. We have people who hold us I love that. I want a people that one guy holds mamish, it's a surim, and another guy fights. I want a people that's so broad, that's so big. You're much bigger home. Who wants to be? I want a people that have a shammai and hillel. Do I want to be so narrow? You can't. The bigger the yeshiva is, the house has to be what?
We don't want them to fight.
They're liking each other all time.
So we have to figure out that without being like, that's right. The dream is that we could have it. We could be big. Isn't that a dream? When my kids argue on things that I really feel they have different neshamas, and the best thing at the Shabbos table is I've seen my kids gang up on Rav Ezi and they fight, and I see different neshamas. It's so beautiful. It's like a nachas, different. Sometimes it's the most. Sometimes when they're arguing in a real way, and you just see different neshamas bringing different things out, it's wonderful. I'm thankful a house can hold different things. That's my message to the Chevra. That's what I wanted to study today. We had a lot of detours today.
Who's saying Uvne?
What?
Uvne?
Not a bit of that. We have to get back the guitars, but Bez Hashem, we're getting there. Do you have a heter early, Joshua? Show me. We're getting there. Today was the 19th day of the Omer. Did I get that right?
You're out now, Jay.
No. My day would be. Today's the 19th day of the Omer. 2 weeks, 5 days. So we're mamish.
We could sing with Shleima.
We're mamish right there. What's this week, Chevra? The third week is what, Midah? Joshua? So isn't that cool? What is Tiferes? Chevra, what is Tiferes? Everything's Ashkach. I wasn't even thinking about that. Tiferes is incorporating both sides. If you know what that is, Tiferes, by the way. Hashem runs the world. I was not thinking about Tiferes. This week, of Yed Zach. What do you think it was on my mind, Ari, probably? Hashem puts it's Tiferes. Tiferes is, that's the most pretty. Anybody knows beauty is any choir is Tiferes, by the way. Singing is Tiferes. Singing sounds beauty when there's friction, different chords, different sounds. That's beauty. In our people, can't we wake up and it's good that we have different opinions and hold different opinions? That's what we have to get. But I love you. Have an excellent day, Kevin. Excellent day.
When's Gemara?
What's for what?
If the sides of Israel realize that they have different fight, the fight will stop, so the armies will stop. But the only reason it's still going is